You're welcome. And whenever you're ready, you may begin.
How many of you remember actually getting a flu vaccine? The topic I will be discussing today is why vaccines are beneficial. First I will give you a little history on vaccines, then I'll tell you some of the diseases that vaccines prevent today, and then I'll give you a little more on where you can find vaccines. What is a vaccine? A vaccine is a shot that you get to prevent diseases such as whooping cough, polio, flu, and many others. It contains a harmless form of the disease, so that way your body creates antibodies to fight off the infection. However, many parents aren't getting their children vaccinated due to rumors about vaccines. The most common rumor about vaccines is that vaccines cause autism. A man by the name of Andrew Wakefield, a doctor from the UK, did a small study on 12 children. He believed that the MMR vaccine was related to how children got autism. But this was a lie. He had fudged his study, and his paper was revoked. Therefore, his medical license was taken away. Parents don't get their children vaccinated anymore due to this rumor. We're not sure why this rumor, the rise in autism is increasing, but they say that this rumor is sticking because of the rise in autism. I'll let me show you.
In 1998, an article was published in The Lancet that followed the cases of 12 children with developmental regression and gastrointestinal symptoms, such as diarrhea or stomach pain. 9 of these children had autism. 8 of the 9 had parents who thought the symptoms of their autism had developed after the vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella, or the MMR vaccine, was administered. This was not a randomized controlled trial, nor even a scientific study. It was merely a description of a small group of children. To be honest, it's difficult to imagine that this study could get published in The Lancet today. But based on the beliefs of the parents of those 8 children, a frenzy of fear about vaccines and autism has ensued for more than a decade.
Because parents are afraid that this rumor is true, they're not getting their children vaccinated, which is causing a rise in diseases that could most likely be prevented. One reason the rumor is so persistent is because autism on the rise says everyday health. Because parents aren't getting their children vaccinated, it is causing a rise in diseases that could be prevented. Kids should be vaccinated because whooping cough and many other diseases can possibly cause death. Some of the most common diseases, such as whooping cough, polio, are on the rise today. And here's a graph on the percentages and rises because of not getting vaccinated. And as you can see, the whooping cough is the highest in the world. Let's look at some of the diseases. Whooping cough. In 10 days after you've received it, because whooping cough, you can catch it from when someone coughs in the air and the germs spread around. You will get a runny nose, a cough, red watery eyes, and possibly a fever. After 2 weeks, you'll have a red or blue face after you continue coughing, and a whooping sound after you try to catch your breath. The next disease is polio. This requires muscle weakness, fatigue, and a fever possibly over 104 degrees. And recently, as Fox 4 News stated, Lee Summit Elementary School has encountered a breakout of the whooping cough. They're not sure how this happened, but they're very sure that one of the kids possibly was not vaccinated and then therefore ended up catching it. They sent a letter out to all the parents saying that if your child starts receiving flu-like symptoms, then you should definitely seek medical attention. This could have been prevented had one of the children been vaccinated. Today, only 90% of kids in the U.S. are fully immunized against an ailment that once killed thousands of children every year, says Parents Health. That means 10% of us are not getting vaccinated, and this number is slowly on the rise. There are ways to get these diseases prevented. Like many of you as young children, you probably had your Tdap shot, HPV, or polio. Getting vaccinated. LPN Melissa Grass says getting vaccinated not only protects you, but it also protects others. Where you can get your vaccinations at your local doctor's offices, your local health departments, and like Walgreens, they have their like little facility there, and you're welcome to go get your flu shot there. Some of your work like if you work, like I work at a nursing home, I get my flu vaccine, my TB shot there. And the cost for vaccines, insurance normally covers this, and if it can't, it doesn't really cost that much. The reason why you should also get vaccinated is because these diseases not only cause complications, but can possibly cause death. Why should you get vaccinated? It prevents illness, does not cause autism, like as some believe, doesn't cost very much, and not only does it save your life, but it saves others too.
Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, at this time, we will open up the floor to questions for Caity about her topic.
Me.
You said that it like doesn't cost as much. Do you know like how much it would cost if you didn't have insurance to like, cover it?
Normally they just like if you go to a certain place, they'll just give it to you for free. But I know my mom said maybe it costs about $2-3 just to get a certain vaccine of just one. Jacob.
Besides the flu vaccine, aren't most of the ones that you mentioned required anyway?
No, you can actually get a religious exempt. Some kids at my mother's school, she said, even though they're not religious, they get the exempt because they don't want to. They may not have insurance, and they don't want to pay the extra money to go get these vaccines. Julia.
What is the earliest age you can vaccinate your children?
Normally about 2 months after they're born, they already get their vaccinations. Womble.
What can we do now to help prevent people from not getting vaccinated?
You can start spreading the word of how vaccines, as I said earlier, at least Summit, one of the children possibly did not have their vaccination for the whooping cough and therefore caused an outbreak in other kids. That's why you get booster shots as well. It's basically a reminder for your body. Maybe some of the kids hadn't had their booster shot yet, and that's how the outbreak also increased. Madison.
What happens if some people are like allergic to the shot?
That is a good question. One of the websites that I read off of, I believe it was parents.com, said that one of the reasons that you should possibly not get vaccines is if you have a certain health condition, you may be allergic to something in it, and the doctor will help you find a better way to prevent the disease. Jeremiah.
The people that were exempt from having to get the vaccines because it goes against their religion, do you think that's right?
That is totally up to them. I personally believe that you should still get vaccinated or even talk to your daughter about a different way to prevent the disease. But if it's against their religion, then I don't personally see a problem with it. But I still think that they should talk to their doctor. Corbin.
What is the chance that the kid who did not get the vaccine will actually get the disease?
It's very high because your body has no immunity to it. It has never been, your body's never been exposed to it before, so your body automatically will probably just kick in, like the virus will immediately attack your immune system. Nathan.
Will anything happen, let's say if I get like the flu or whatever, and I haven't had a flu shot, and I go get a flu shot, will anything happen?
The flu shot, as I said before, all shots have a harmless form of the disease, and that kicks in your antibodies. It creates more antibodies without actually you having you get sick. So it'll produce more antibodies, which will actually help your immune system get rid of the actual infection. Jacob?
Aren't flu vaccines usually based off of the previous year's flu? And a lot of people still get it.
I honestly don't know. But normally it's very required, like at the nursing home, that we have to get them because all the elderly, because they get sick easier. But I honestly do not know.
Where are vaccines usually injected into?
Normally your arm, when you're a baby, normally they're injected to your thigh because your muscle is more tender up here, and they normally want to go where it'll hurt a little less for the children. Peyton.
When should kids be vaccinated?
They should be vaccinated whenever the doctor says it's time for your booster shot. I had to get a booster shot for my HPV every 3 months, but like right now I don't need any.
Okay, we're going to have to call this to an end, so let's go ahead and give Caity a round of applause. Thank you, Caity.